Hello and welcome to Kashmir Now. I'm your host Akansha Parimu. Let's take a look at what made news this week. Budgets for POGB and POJK spark outrage over neglect of local issues and high inflation. Baba Barfani Seva Mandal praised for selfless service to Amarnath Yatra pilgrims. Rail line revolutionizes access to Tattapani, boosting tourism in Gul Tehsil of Ramban district. Hundreds of residents participate in a blood donation camp in Patnitop town of Ramban district. And in our special section of Incredible India, we take you to explore Agra, the city of Taj in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh. The recently presented financial budgets for Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir for 2024-25 have raised numerous concerns. Residents are angered by the neglect of local issues, with load shedding and rising fuel and food prices heightening their frustrations. Public employees' demands for salary and pension hikes were minimally addressed in the budgets. Activist Amjad Ayub Mirza criticized the budget, calling it an enemy of the general public. Despite high inflation, the budget offers no relief, prioritizing non-development expenditures over essential services.
The recently presented financial budget for Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir for the year 2024-25 has raised a multitude of concerns among residents. The general public remains agitated over the neglect of local issues in the budget allocations. Load shedding and the increase in fuel and food prices continue to anger locals in these two illegally occupied territories. Moreover, after a year of protests by public employees demanding a hike in their salaries and pensions, the administration has once again tried to brush the issue under the carpet by providing a minimal and insufficient increment. Amjad Ayub Mirza, an activist from Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, lamented the puppet administration in Pakistan for their budget allocation, terming the budget an enemy of the general public.
So what kind of planning and development is going to take place? We need not 52 crore but 52,000 crore to develop Pakistani occupied Jammu Kashmir infrastructure, including hospitals, schools, roads, bridges, and so on and so forth. Likewise, for civil defense and disaster management, only 2 crore and 50 lakh rupees have been set aside. Where are they going to use this money for disaster management, apart from paying wages and salaries and money for the petrol of bureaucrats? Because 2 crore 50 lakh is not enough in an earthquake-prone region, in a region where landslides are a daily occurrence. They have announced that they will increase the wages, the salaries of government servants by 25%. This is not what was expected of them. The demand is to increase the salaries by at least 100%, keeping in mind that inflation has gone through the roof.
It is hard for a common individual to survive when all essential services and goods are out of reach due to high inflation. There is no relief in the budget for the locals. Their issues have once again been ignored. Little to no allocation has been made for improving the crucial health, agriculture and education sectors in the region. For disaster management and relief, a minuscule amount has been allocated despite the awareness of the climatic disasters that occur almost every year in Gilgit-Baltistan and POJK.
Glaciers, lake bursts have destroyed fields and houses and villages. Apart from that, there are no roads. There is no connectivity. For electricity production and distribution, only 75 crore rupees have been set aside. Now, where do the priorities lie for this government, so-called puppet government in Pakistani occupied Gilgit-Baltistan? Obviously not ending load shedding. 22 hours a day load shedding is taking place, which has got a direct impact on the economy of the region. 34 billion for development. In the final analysis, this budget is an anti-people budget. This budget does not address the needs of the region. It only addresses the greed of the bureaucracy and the puppet government officials.
The budget has turned out to be a significant disappointment for the locals in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan. The past year in the illegally occupied territories has seen a slew of protests from all sections of society, from high inflation, load shedding and fee hikes in universities to public employees demanding their pensions and salaries. None of the issues have been resolved. The budget can be seen as a complete disregard for the aspirations and concerns of the public in the region.
Moving on, the Amarnath Yatra is one of the most revered pilgrimages for Hindu devotees, drawing thousands each year to the Amarnath Cave Shrine in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. To support the pilgrims, community kitchens, resting places and medical camps are set up along the route. Baba Barfani Seva Mandal is one such organization playing a key role in offering food, shelter and all the essential services to the pilgrims on the Kathua-Jammu National Highway. The organization is being praised widely for its selfless services for the pilgrims. Take a look.
Amarnath Yatra is among the most revered pilgrimages for any Hindu devotee. Situated at an altitude of about 3008 meters in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the Amarnath Cave Shrine attracts lakhs of devotees every year. To make their arduous journey to the revered shrine comfortable and peaceful, several community kitchens, resting places, medical camps and other essential services are set up along the way. For many years, Baba Barfani Seva Mandal has remained instrumental in setting up community kitchens or bhandaras for the devotees on their way to the holy shrine of Lord Shiva. One of the largest community kitchens, the Baba Barfani Seva Mandal, set up on the Kathua-Jammu National Highway, serves as a crucial support system for the pilgrims, providing them with all sorts of lodging and boarding facilities, including food and shelter. Dr. Rakesh Minhas, the Deputy Commissioner of Kathua, inaugurated the 22nd edition of Baba Barfani Seva Mandal and praised the organization for their selfless service towards the devotees.
लंगर एक यात्रा की बैकबोन है, जिसमें मैं कहूँगा कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें, रीढ़ की हड्डी जो है बहुत हड्डियों से बनती है, तो उसी बैकबोन का एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा जो है हमारे यहाँ के लंगर हैं। ये लंगर इतने विशाल लंगर लगते हैं, 24 घंटे चलते हैं और बहुत यात्री यहाँ पे रुकते हैं। यहाँ पे इस लंगर में तो 600-800 आदमियों के रुकने की भी जगह है, उनको गद्दे प्रोवाइड किए जाते हैं। आज इन्होंने बताया यहाँ पे कि गर्मी के कारण 2 AC भी यहाँ पे लगाए हैं। तो इतना एक छोटे से जो है बता रहे हैं, जैसे कि एक टेंट से शुरू करके 22 साल पहले आज एक इतने विशाल लंगर पे पहुंचे हैं, तो ये एक बहुत ही भगवान की कृपा हम सब पे रही है और मैं यही प्रार्थना करता हूं कि आगे भी ये कृपा बनी रहे।
यहाँ से लखनपुर से लेके जम्मू तक आप चले जाओ तो ये वाहिद एक ऐसा लंगर है जो दिन रात श्रद्धालुओं की सेवा कर रहा है। जैसे यहाँ पे श्रद्धालु सपोज यहाँ पे रात को 10 बजे आएंगे तो यहाँ पे कम से कम 350-400 बंदों की यहाँ पे रहने की सुविधा है। लंगर जो है दिन रात 24 घंटे चलता रहता है और ये ऐसा लंगर है, यहाँ से लेके आप थ्रू आउट यात्रा जितने भी है ना, फ्री, मतलब यहाँ पे मेडिकल गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से, डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की तरफ से यहाँ पे मेडिकल कैंप का अरेंजमेंट किया गया है। फायर ब्रिगेड यहाँ पे लगे हुए हैं, पुलिस की यहाँ के CRPF सिक्योरिटी के हिसाब से देखा जाए यहाँ पे इन्होंने अभी बैरिकेड बनाए हुए हैं, ऊपर भी बनाए हुए हैं, सिक्योरिटी का बिल्कुल अच्छा है।
These bhandaras set up along the route in the Kathua district provide essential support to the pilgrims, offering food and shelter free of cost. With nearly 150 bhandaras established by the volunteers, the pilgrims receive the best possible service during their journey. The 22nd Baba Barfani Seva Mandal provides round-the-clock services and remain steadfast in catering to all the needs of devotees.
हर साल की तरह जब यात्रा चलती है तो जो लंगर जो है जो बड़ी धूमधाम से इस जगह को हमारे बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण तरीके से मनाया जाता है और बहुत ज़्यादा संख्या में लोग इस लंगर का फ़ायदा लेते हैं और ये लंबी यात्रा है और क्योंकि ये 1.5 महीना चलने वाली जो यात्रा है.
The organization has become the backbone of Amarnath Yatra, embodying the spirit of service and devotion. With their round-the-clock services, the organization ensures that every pilgrim's journey remains comfortable and blessed. The Amarnath pilgrimage season started on June 29 and will continue until August 19. For the period of 52 days, the volunteers in Baba Barfani Seva Mandal have resolved to remain committed to serving another set of devotees coming to seek blessings from Lord Shiva.
Ever since the first train's arrival in Sangaldan, the region has seen significant transformation. The new 48-kilometer rail line connecting Sangaldan to Banihal is making travel to the tourist spot Tattapani much easier. Situated 4 kilometers from Sangaldan railway station, Tattapani is renowned for its therapeutic hot sulphureted water. The train service has revolutionized travel, making it cheaper and more convenient for the visitors as well as the locals. With plans for road improvements and new infrastructure, the future looks bright for the picturesque region in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir.
Since the arrival of the first train to the mountainous valley of Sangaldan from Baramulla in February, the region has witnessed a significant transformation. The historic event marked the connection of Sangaldan to Banihal through a 48-kilometer rail line, making travel to the famous tourist spot Tattapani much more accessible. Situated only 4 kilometers from the Sangaldan railway station at an altitude of 1,232 meters in Gul Tehsil of Ramban district, Tattapani has long been a heaven for those seeking relief from skin diseases and arthritis through its therapeutic hot sulphureted water. Previously, tourists particularly from the Kashmir Valley had to endure a hectic, costly and time-consuming road journey to reach Tattapani. However, the introduction of a once-a-day train service has revolutionized travel to this destination, making it cheaper and more convenient.
ये हमारा जब से बारामूला से संगलदान ट्रेन आ रही है तब से तत्तापानी का काम भी बढ़ गया है, टैक्सी वालों का भी काम बढ़ गया है और दुकानदारों का भी काम बढ़ गया है. हम चाहते हैं और थोड़ी सी डेवलपमेंट हो जाएगी इंशाल्लाह, तो आने वाले वक्त में बहुत अच्छे यहाँ पे मामलात रहेंगे.
जैसे स्किन प्रॉब्लम हो, किसी को जोड़ों का दर्द हो, किसी को कोई भी कमर दर्द हो, तो यहाँ पे सब चीज़ों का जो फ़ायदा होता है इस पानी से तो बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ायदा होता है. तो जब से देखा जाता है यहाँ से जब से ट्रेन शुरू हुई है, कश्मीर से ट्रेन आने लगी है, तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा रश यहाँ पे आने लगा है कश्मीर से.
As per the chairperson of District Development Council, Dr. Shamshad Shan, a plan for the improvement of the road to Tattapani has been recommended under the tourist destination scheme of the Union Government. Additionally, the construction of an alternate road and a footbridge have also been proposed under the Ramban district plan.
हमने डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्लान में उसकी एक और अल्टरनेट रोड बनाई है जो अभी ऑनगोइंग है. इंशाल्लाह जल्द ही वो रोड भी कंप्लीट होगी. वहाँ पे एक फुट ब्रिज का भी ज़रूरत है. इस प्लान में हम एस्पायरेशनल ब्लॉक में फुट ब्रिज को भी टेकअप कर रहे हैं और सीडीएन पंचायत में भी हम कुछ वहाँ पर जो हट्स हैं वो बना रहे हैं. दूसरा एस्पायरेशनल ब्लॉक में भी कुछ और हट्स हम जो है कोशिश कर रहे हैं बनाने की. और उसके साथ साथ टूरिज्म डिपार्टमेंट से भी हम रुजू कर रहे हैं कि कहीं ना कहीं इस डेस्टिनेशन को फुली डेवलप करने की ज़रूरत है ताकि बाहर से जितना भी लोग आते हैं उनको जो है यहाँ पे रहने की दिक्कत ना हो.
The Gul Tehsil in Ramban is emerging as one of the many picturesque tourist destinations in the Union Territory. Last month, a fair was organized in collaboration with the local administration in Ramakund that attracted a large number of visitors. The event showcased cultural performances celebrating the region's rich cultural and linguistic diversity. The arrival of train connectivity in the mountainous valley is a milestone in boosting tourism and economic growth. With its religious and cultural richness, Tatapani and the surrounding areas have much more to offer for visitors. This new era of accessibility and development promises a bright future for Tatapani and the entire region, marking a significant step towards progress and prosperity.
In a remarkable show of community spirit, as many as 100 people donated blood at the annual blood donation camp organized in Patnitop town in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The camp was organized in collaboration between Government Medical College Jammu and Sant Nirankari Mission, a spiritual organization based in New Delhi. A Sant Samagam or a religious discourse and a medical camp were also organized for the local communities. Take a look.
Showcasing the community spirit in the Patnitop town of Ramban district, more than 100 individuals participated in a blood donation camp. Organized by the Government Medical College, Jammu, in collaboration with Sant Nirankari Mission, people from all sections of society, irrespective of community or gender, participated in this noble cause, exemplifying the spirit of humanity. A dedicated 10-member team ensured the safe collection and transportation of the donated blood to GMC Jammu in a specially equipped van.
तो Sant Nirankari मिशन जो है ये 1986 से जो है ब्लड डोनेशन कैंप लगा रहा है. पूरे देश भर में 13 लाख से भी ज़्यादा जो ब्लड है यूनिट है वो दे चुका है और ये जो सेवा है निरंतर कर रहा है और अब देश भर में 600 से भी ज़्यादा कैंप लगाते हैं. इसका मतलब एक दिन में एक से ज़्यादा कैंप लगाते हैं. तो ये सेवा है, मानवता की, इंसान की सेवा है. ये मिशन जो है इस भावना को लेकर चल रहा है कि नर सेवा नारायण पूजा, नर की सेवा ही नारायण की पूजा है. इससे बड़ी कोई भी पूजा नहीं है भगवान की जो भगवान के बंदों की सेवा करे.
Alongside the blood donation camp, an annual Sant Samagam was held, drawing thousands of devotees from all across the Union Territory and the northern states of India. The gathering was enriched by the spiritual discourses, katha and kirtan by prominent scholars and singers. A free medical camp was also organized during the Samagam, providing primary health care services to the devotees.
पत्नीटॉप आया हूँ. यहाँ पे संत निरंकारी का जो है ब्लड डोनेशन कैंप लगा हुआ है और यहाँ पे मैं 8वीं बार जो है ब्लड देने के लिए आया हूँ और मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि मैं यहाँ पे आके अपना ब्लड दान कर सका, जिससे मैं लोगों की जान बचाने का मौका मिला और इससे ये फ़ायदा है कि मेरा अपना जो खून है वो भी साफ रहेगा और दूसरों के लिए भी मेरी थोड़ी सी डोनेशन हो जाएगी.
मैं चंद्रकोट ब्रांच से आज पत्नीटॉप में संत निरंकारी मिशन के से ब्लड डोनेशन कैंप यहाँ पे रखा गया है और आज मैंने यहाँ पे ब्लड डोनेट किया है सेकंड टाइम और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि हमारी भी मतलब कि ब्लड किसी की नसों में बहेगा और इसी वजह से हमारी भी लाइफ स्केयर होगी और उनकी भी स्केयर होगी.
To conclude the event, a langar was served to all the devotees, reinforcing the values of sharing and the union of community. Through such initiatives, the residents of Patnitop and the organizers of the event continue to inspire and spread the message of selfless service and unity.
Ask any foreign tourist about the most awe-inspiring marvel in India and they'll undoubtedly mention the Taj Mahal. Situated in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, this iconic monument is not just a wonder of the world, but a profound symbol of India's rich history and culture, cherished globally as a testament to love. Every year, millions of travelers from across the globe make a pilgrimage to behold its majestic beauty. Let's uncover its captivating history and its enduring allure and discover other historical treasures that Agra has to offer.
Located on the banks of the Yamuna River, the Taj Mahal stands as the pinnacle of architectural beauty. Commissioned by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in loving memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal, its construction commenced in 1632 and culminated in 1653, spanning an awe-inspiring 22 years. The main gateway, towering 30 meters high in majestic red sandstone, serves as the portal through which visitors first glimpse this marvel. Crafted with intricate Mughal artistry, the Taj Mahal, clocked in pristine white marble, captivates all who behold it, rendering every glance an indelible memory worthy of immortalization through the lens of every camera.
ताजमहल कम अवधि में नहीं बना, ये पूरी तरह से बनकर सन 1652 में तैयार हुआ था। इसका अर्थ है इसमें करीब 22 साल लग गए बनने में। जब 22 साल लगे हैं तो कारीगरी तो उसकी अद्भुत होगी। इसकी चारों मीनारें इस कारीगरी से बनाई गई हैं कि अगर कभी भूकंप आता है, वो 1 और 1.5 इंच की तरफ बाहर की तरफ निकली हुई हैं, आता है तो वो मीनारें कभी भी मुख्य बिल्डिंग पर ना गिरें, उसे क्षतिग्रस्त ना करें और दूसरी तरफ गिरे बाहर की तरफ, ताकि मकबरा अधिकतम सुरक्षित रह पाए।
Every year, between 7 to 8 million tourists visit the Taj Mahal, captivated by its timeless beauty. This architectural marvel stands as a cherished destination among international travelers. No foreign visitor leaves India without visiting Taj Mahal, carrying with them an unforgettable experience of grandeur and history.
We are from Italy. We are a group of people, of 9 people, and it's our first time here in India. So this was our first view of Taj Mahal, and we were super impressed because it's unbelievable. So we are really happy to be here.
This is my dream to come here because I'm really attracted to your culture, to your way of living, to your religion. And so this is one of the most important and beautiful thing that you have. And so I'm really happy to be here and to see this monument.
A few miles from the Taj Mahal stands the Agra Fort, a historic gem built by Emperor Akbar in the 16th century. Constructed from red sandstone, it houses palaces, mosques and other structures including the renowned Diwan-e-Aam and Diwan-e-Khas. The fort has borne witness to numerous historic events of the Mughal Empire. The tomb of Akbar, known as Sikandra near Agra city, serves as the final resting place of the Mughal emperor. Construction began in 1605 during his lifetime, showcasing stunning architecture and intricate designs adorning its walls.
यहाँ पे अकबर का मकबरा है जिसको सिकंदर कहते हैं और वहाँ पे बादशाह अकबर दफन है। ताजमहल में शाहजहाँ दफन है, 2 मुगल बादशाह यहाँ पे दफन है। इसके अलावा भी आगरा में बहुत सारी ऐसी इमारतें हैं जो बड़ी ऐतिहासिक महत्व की हैं।
Fatehpur Sikri, an ancient monument, stands as a testament to the vision of Mughal Emperor Akbar. Constructed between 1571 and 1585, this historic city symbolizes the grandeur of the Mughal Empire, featuring palaces, structures and mosques. Among its highlights, the Buland Darwaza rises 54 meters high with 42 steps crafted from red sandstone and adorned with intricate marble embellishments, showcasing remarkable architectural prowess. Agra's wealth of historical sites, including the globally renowned Taj Mahal, makes it a must-visit destination for those exploring India's rich history. The city continues to attract tourists, driving significant economic activity in the region.
That's all we have for you in this week's episode. Goodbye and take care.